Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Can you believe it? We are already halfway through 2023 and the summer is in full swing. How is everyone doing so far? As for me, it's been a bit rough, but I'm hopeful the second half of the year will be better. Today's video will be broken into two parts. In the first part, I will be sharing my latest video game pickups from May to July. There are more than 10 fantastic titles that I am dying to share with you guys. Oh, and I also scored some amazing deals from Amazon Prime Day. Trust me, you will not want to miss this one. In the second part, we need to talk about my progress on 10 must-play PS4 games of 2023. Without further ado, let's get started. As always, I want to start with the game I have finished already, which is MLB The Show 22. Remember when I got the PS4 edition last Thanksgiving? Well, guess what? This one only cost me $10 too. This is actually the third time I have completed this game. Besides PS4 and PS5 editions, I also got all the achievements on Xbox in March. This is probably the easiest The Show so far. In fact, I even managed to play on the PS5 edition in just 2 days. Next, let's talk about a JRPG, Mary Skeletor Finale. Now, I must admit, it cost me $30, which might not be the best deal. Let me tell you, it's been quite an adventure trying to find a new copy. There are not many places selling it, but I couldn't resist pulling the trigger and getting my hands on this game. Mary Skeletor Finale is the sequel to Mary Skeletor Nightmares. It's known for being a dungeon crawling RPG. Some of you might already know I'm not the biggest fan of this genre, but here's the thing. Sometimes, as a collector, I just cannot resist adding a game like this to my collection. I actually got quite a few JRPG this time. Here is another one, Monarch Deluxe Edition. This game might not be on everyone's radar. That's probably why it was only $18.50, which is a very reasonable price. The game was developed by a team of experienced JRPG developers who have made some popular franchises, including Shin Megami Tensei series. If you have been a fan of their previous works, Monarch is definitely worth checking out. The next game we are going to talk about is inspired by Resident Evil series. That is Daymare 1998. To be honest, I wasn't entirely sure if this was the game I wanted to get at first, as it didn't seem too appealing to me. But you know what, at just $8, I thought why not give it a shot. Right after I bought it, the game dropped to $6.50 immediately, just waiting for me. So if you get this game for $6.50, you are welcome. Daymare 1998 caught some attention on social media, but let's be real, the reviews are not all that great. Have any of you ever experienced searching for a game and finally finding it after a decade? For me, the journey began more than 10 years ago when I first heard about the reason. It was released on PC back in 2009, but sadly, it didn't get the attention it deserved. Nevertheless, I was captivated by its stunning graphics. However, I never had a chance to own it at the time. So when I found out about the remastered version hitting PS4 this year, I knew I couldn't miss it. I ended up paying $20 for it. Not a bad price at all. The wait is finally over. I am really looking forward to play this game. Alright, let's talk about Amazon Prime Day deals. I managed to snag 7 games for just around $120, and I must say there were some seriously great deals this year. However, I have to be honest, the overall shopping experience wasn't all that smooth for me. I will fill you in on the details later. Let's start with the Falconeer Warrior Edition. The Falconeer was first came out on Xbox in 2020. I almost bought it when it was on clearance. Then I found out that the game was coming to PlayStation, so I decided to hold out. The Warrior Edition is kinda like an enhanced edition with DLC included. As the game itself, it offers an unique aerial combat experience. It's not something I normally play, but I'm definitely looking forward to giving it a try. In terms of price, I got it for $14.50, but you might be able to find an even better deal now since I bought it already. Next up, we have an exciting game, Cana Bridge of Spirits Deluxe Edition. This action-adventure game has been on my radar for a while now. I've been patiently waiting for the perfect price before making my move. I managed to snag it for an incredible $15. The stunning graphics and art style of this game immediately caught my eyes, and I knew I had to experience it firsthand. From what I have heard, this isn't an easy game when it comes to trophy, but you know what, I am more than willing to take on the challenges. If you have been following me for a long time, you probably know I love buying unusual games. Today I'm excited to share with you my latest find, Windstorm, Star of a Great Friendship. This is one of those girl with a horse adventure games. I have always feel that these types of games share some similar gameplay elements. Windstorm is based on a popular German film and book series. I've been keeping an eye on this game's price for a year. It was usually around $19, but during Prime Day, it dropped to $15. That is the lowest price I have ever seen it, so I couldn't resist grabbing it right away. As I mentioned before, some could have a negative opinion about girl with horse games. However, in my opinion, games like this are not usually cheap. Next up is the most expensive game I bought during Prime Day. That is Neptunia Time Senran Kakura Ninja Wars. I almost bought this game a few months ago for $35, but I'm so glad I didn't, because it was only $29 during Prime Day. If you have ever played Hyperdimension Neptunia U on Vita, you know that the game incorporates elements from the Senran Kakura series. Therefore, it's interesting to see the collaboration between the Hyperdimension and the Senran Kakura franchises. As a huge fan of Senran Kakura series, I cannot wait to play this game. Just like I said, I bought quite a few JRPG. Here is another one, Soul Hackers 2. The game is also part of Shin Megami Tensei franchise. I initially thought I already had the first game on my 3DS, but turns out I was mistaken. I managed to grab this game for just $15, which is an amazing deal. Now here is where the story takes an unexpected turn. I actually have a PS5 copy here. I initially placed an order for a PS4 version, but somehow Amazon sent me the PS5 edition instead. Some might think it's a free upgrade, but the PS4 version already offers a free upgrade to PS5, making it more valuable. I reached out to Amazon for an exchange, but let me tell you, the process is not pleasant. They didn't provide an option right away, and I had to take additional steps just to get the exchange going. Now the worst part is that I have to drop off the package at a UPS store. I mean, it's definitely Amazon's fault, but it feels like I'm the one being punished. They should have sent someone to pick it up to save me the time and the hassle. Alright, the next game on the list is Immortals Phoenix Rising. You might have noticed that I have taken a break from buying Ubisoft games for a while. I haven't gotten my hands on the latest titles from Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, or Far Cry franchises. The main reason behind this decision is that I am so sick of their Season Pass business model and the flood of DLC. There's a rumor floating around that the upcoming Assassin's Creed game will not have a Season Pass. I really hope that is true, especially Call of Duty has already dropped the Season Pass for a while. There's no point in keeping this outdated business model. For Immortal Phoenix Rising, I decided to give it a chance because it was only $9.50 with a free PS5 upgrade. I've heard some good things about this game, and it even shares some similarities with Breath of the Wild. As for the Season Pass, I will keep an eye out for a decent sale before picking it up. Before we check out the last game I bought during Prime Day, there's another issue I want to address. When I received those 7 games, I noticed that some of them were not in perfect condition. There are some minor issues with the cases, and some discs were loose. This raises concerns that something might be broken inside. I must say I'm not pleased with the way Amazon packed those games. It seems like their packaging didn't provide enough protection. After this video, I'm going to unbox some of those games. If I spot anything broken or damaged, I will definitely request an exchange from Amazon. We actually have 2 more games to go. Here is the last game I bought during Prime Day, Gear Shifters Collector's Edition. At first, I was eyeing the standard edition price at $13. However, right before I checked out, I discovered that the collector's edition was only $5 more. Part of me really wanted those extra goodies, but I couldn't decide if they were truly worth the extra $5. After giving it some thought, I said why not, and went for the collector's edition. Just as the Prime Day began, Amazon dropped the price to $15. Since the package hadn't shipped yet, I quickly canceled it and placed another order. $15 is definitely a fair price. As for the game itself, Gear Shifters is a top-down vehicle combat game that reminds me of those old-school GTA. Next up is the most expensive game I bought this time. Dusk Diver 2 Launch Edition. I really enjoyed the first Dusk Diver, so I was incredibly excited to learn that a sequel was in the works. Interestingly, many players mistake Dusk Diver for a Japanese game because of its Japanese-inspired gameplay style. In fact, this is a Taiwanese game set in the district of Ximending in Taipei. This one cost me $40, and as expected with Idea Factory published games, I find it a bit overpriced. I might consider getting the PS4 edition too if I spot a sweet deal on it. Those are all the games I've purchased over the last 3 months, a total of 13 games. May and June were a bit quieter in terms of video game deals, but come July, things got exciting, all thanks to Prime Day's incredible deals. As I mentioned before, get ready for some epic unboxing videos coming your way. Now let's move on to the next part, where I will share my progress on the 10 must-play PS4 games of 2023. Let's kick things off with the game I finally completed, LA Noire. LA Noire is actually an open-world detective game, but it seems like many players mistakenly assume it's just like a GTA. I have to admit I was one of those players, which is why it took me over 10 years to finish the game, even though I have had it on PC all this time. While LA Noire is a decent game, but I would recommend it mainly to those who truly love detective games. Personally, this genre isn't my favorite, so I had a little help from a trophy guide to guide me through the game. By the way, you might notice some techniques in the game that are also present in GTA 5. It's not surprising as Rockstar often tests new ideas in a new IP before implementing them in GTA. The next 2 games I finished are from the Tomb Raider Trilogy, Anniversary and Underworld. Yep, I fully took advantage of both PS3 bonus games. Among those 3 games, Anniversary turned out to be the hardest. Those time trials really put my skills to the test, and certain levels offered no room for error. To make things easier, I would recommend getting the Golden Shotgun first. It will save you a lot of trouble. Also, trying to leverage the airwalk glitch will significantly cut down your time in some tricky levels. As for Underworld, I had high expectations for this one. Its graphics are stunning, but those 179 treasures kind of took away some of the fun. Plus, there were a few glitches here and there. My poor PS3 even froze a couple of times during my playthrough. Overall, it's not overly difficult if you closely follow a guide to avoid additional playthroughs. Now I can proudly say that I am officially done with this trilogy. So far we have already completed 7 games, and now we have got just 3 more to conquer in the next 5 months. Since there is still plenty of time ahead, I have decided to take a well-deserved short break before resuming the challenge. Alright, that's it for this video. If you like today's content, be sure to smash the subscribe button below. Take care and see you soon.